I've heard people say, well, I never used to, and I'm like, yeah, they didn't start paying attention to the retired football players. And on top of that, big piece guys that got it.
And they can't do things like
Get hit from them, you're gonna know it.
depending on what they do, they can't do certain things in certain areas. They can't do certain things. They want to be right, I don't know. They work out with it. Everyone's so they put out well, that's it's the white South African guy from slavery, right? So
Yeah.
and you look at this fight when these guys just for that elementary with you. Clean parts. They're not. The lithium is not that. It's like, the leftovers are like one of the most toxic things there are in the world.
Environmentally clean.
And I think that I had to change my hair because I really enjoyed it. Only $300. And maybe that's what. Oh my God, my auntie has a Cadillac and she got a flat tire and we called AAA out to fix the tire. But when we told this particular issue, he doesn't even cover the tire.
Oh my gosh, 4 minutes.
Yeah, we're early. Yeah. Never happens. I used to think he was pretty good. I never know when I see him.
You don't.
My husband took the gun to the law picked up. Breathing, went down. But went down.
But he's coming down the street.
I'll tell you, more first thing I'm worried about is have a mindset that was to work.
Second time.
Milwaukee is like Michigan. I guess that's why it's skating.
It gets better, the traffic is there, but it's backed up.
But if you leave at 7:30 instead of 5, really miss the service. I heard you were out of state.
Yes, I went to Texas. See my granddaughter, yeah. Yep. Nice place to visit, when I was there.
No, I actually.
Yeah, sauna. Yeah. I don't get it. And that's the thing is where I live, they have
I know, I never know. But
People are moving from here.
they were more into doing
well, it's probably cheaper, but it's probably cheaper than how it's irrigation.
Because they have some.
I think Texas prices are higher.
They still have fire ants and all kinds of bugs.
They play bingo in
Yeah.
and this thing, Kabbalat Shabbat.
Yeah, I'm just.
There's like a bunch of farmers.
Huh?
I said, no, but
No.
Maybe not so much.
I would like to new box.
See what we got. We gotta go through all of this stuff.
I think it's naturally. Yes.
Hello.
She wanted to come Sunday.
Hi, testing, testing. Hello, Hava.
I'm gonna sell the other stuff.
Testing, testing.
Freddie, should I be asking Roy to redo the pews?
Well, I just had an idea. I was thinking
Testing, testing.
that maybe should be there and this could be here.
That makes sense.
And use, oh, was
So we
that?
would use that one
Yeah.
and put this one over there.
Right. Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I was thinking would be
I'll
better.
suggest it to Roy.
Okay, yeah, I think that would work better.
Okay. Because I've watched you kind of like rearranging and thinking.
Well, I was just thinking that would, because just a straighter shot.
Yeah.
Testing. Testing. Testing, testing.
You know what?
Well,
Testing.
Ready? I think we could ask Dan Ronfeld,
Testing.
why?
because that's what Roy's gonna do.
Well, no, actually, the person who did it was Elizabeth. Elizabeth and Shelley were the ones who originally started this.
But Dan came in and moved everything. Well, that's how that workshop ended up.
Well, oh, I know, Shelley and Elizabeth were the ones that initially had the idea. I mean, I could do it, so I could just come in.
What did you want?
The
I
idea
can
is,
ask.
I could do it, but I mean, I just think it'd be easier if we had that one over here. And that one, I mean, the idea is that we would have the empty spot over here instead of here. I mean, that's just, I mean, I just think it would be
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Rosemary. So within our sanctuary, we've got a lot of energy. I hope those who are joining us virtually have the same energy at home. Shabbat Shalom. I'm Rabbi Bat Sheva Appel. I'm the interim rabbi here at Cabby this year. We are going to start on page 129 in the prayer book towards the bottom of the page with Ki Eshmera Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to our Shabbat evening service. We are a diverse community that encompasses a range of backgrounds and experiences. Welcome to all those who are joining us virtually this evening. We are using Mishkan Tevilah, which looks somewhat like this. And when I invite you to please stand this evening, if you are comfortable and able to do so, please stand. And if not, please feel free to remain seated. And after you stand up, you find it's more of a commitment than you realized, please feel free to be seated whenever you need to be seated. Thank you to our musicians this evening, which include Stephen Petropowicz and Sandy Barrenter. And I would like to remind you to turn off your cell phones and other technological devices if it has a battery and makes a sound. Think about either turning it off or silencing it. So if it has a battery or makes a sound, please turn it off or silence it. And I'm remembering now to silence mine.
Me too.
It's good when we all remember. We're going to now set an intention for this Shabbat. And that is going to happen when I invite you to take 3 deep breaths. But I'm going to invite you now to prepare yourself physically to do that, which is to uncross your legs and put your feet flat on the floor, to uncross your arms, to maybe rest your hands on your lap, to sit up straight. Every adult who badgered you when you were a child, telling you to stand up straight and sit up straight, I hate to tell you this, but they were right. And it does actually help your breathing. And then perhaps even consider closing your eyes. You're going to be invited to take 3 deep breaths. 3 is the number of intention, and you will set your intention for this Shabbat. Your intention might be putting down the burden of lists and expectations. Your intention may be preparing yourself for the work that needs to be done. Your intention may be encountering the holiness of Shabbat, but it's your Shabbat and your intention. I invite you to close your eyes now and take those 3 deep breaths. We continue together on page 126 in the prayer book. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics, and no services, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other. To work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life. We continue on page 133. With Psalm 98.
Shir Chadav, B'nifla Od Asa.
142 is Shalom Aleichem. And there's a story behind it. I mean, clearly the song is about angels. It says so in the English. Talks about messengers of peace, ministering angels, messengers of the Most High. And it is about angels. It's about two angels that travel every single Shabbat to every single place where Shabbat is being observed. And one angel has the intent of blessing, and the other angel has the intent of cursing. And in fact, yes, and in fact, they have the same words. The angel that is blessing the household says, "May next Shabbat be just like this Shabbat." The angel that wants to curse the household says, "May next Shabbat be just like this Shabbat." And I know that we've all had Shabbats where everything went wrong. So that really does sound like, oh my goodness, how are we going to get beyond this? And we've had Shabbats that everything has gone beautifully. So this tonight is a blessing for us. May next Shabbat be just like this Shabbat.
Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem Shalom, Aleichem Elyon. Mihi Melech, Aleichem Melechim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ohem Hashalom, Aleichem Hashalom, Aleichem
Turn back to page 138 for the Chazoti. Please be seated. We continue on page 144 with the Chatzi Kaddish. Yikdal ve'yikadash shemei Rabba Yama devra chirutei ve'amlik malchutei B'chayei chonu yomechon U'chayei tevo bar Yisrael Bagala Bagala U'bizman karim Ve'yimeru Hei shmei Rabba mevora Pa'ar v'tramam v'yitnaseh v'yitaddar v'yit'aleh v'yit'hallah Shemei kudsha brihu ve'elamim kol birchatam v'shiratam tushbehata v'nechemata daviram ve'alma v'yimeru ha'avim. Page 146, please rise as you are comfortable in doing so for Baruch Hu. Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la. Please be seated. We continue on page 149 at the top. Please join me in the English. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hamani V'Aravim. Page 150. Shema, page 152.
Cassie?
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Yadalai, Yadalai, You shall love with all of your heart, your soul, and with all of your mind. And you shall teach your children to hope, to love, and to know what is right.
Page 157, we continue responsively. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory, and the earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered, at Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Page 158.
Because
Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praised are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael. Page 160. Page 162, the Shomron.
Pick up the pace.
Very
the prayer that is said while standing on page 164. I invite those who are comfortable in standing to please rise, and we'll continue on the even number pages. Adonai sefatati tahu v'yaki tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Eloheinu, Moseinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Elohim Orah, El Elyon, Gonei Chasadim Todim, Bekonei Hakol, Bezocher Masei Avot V'Imahot, U'mevi'u Lalim B'neihem, Leman Shemo Le'ahavam, Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav Le'Hoshia, Mashiach Ruach U'Morid Hashem, Mechalchel Chaim B'Chesed, Mechayeh HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Ve'ofer Olim, U'Matir Asurim, U'Kayem Emunato, L'Shenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Hidurot, U'Mito Melech, Melech Benit U'Mechayeh, U'Mashiach Yeshua, Ne'eman atah l'chayot ha'kol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh ha'kol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom ya'alelu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el ha'kadosh. Please be seated. We continue in unison in the middle of page 173 in the English. Disturb us, Adonai, ruffle us from our complacency. Make us dissatisfied with the peace of ignorance, the quietude which arises from the shunning of the horror, the defeat, the bitterness, and the poverty, physical and spiritual, of humans. Shock us, Adonai, denying to us the false Shabbat, which gives us the delusions of satisfaction amid a world of hate, war, and hatred. Wake us, O God, and shake us from the sweet and sad poignancies rendered by half-forgotten melodies and rubric prayers of yesteryears. Make us know that the border of the sanctuary is not the border of living, and the walls of your temples are not shelters from the winds of truth, justice, and reality. Disturb us, O God, and vex us. Let not your Shabbat be a day of torpor and slumber. Let it be a time to be stirred and spurred to action. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. We pause now for a time of silence and inner reflection, the prayers that are on the page, the prayers that are in your heart, through page 181. We offer thanks now for all the gifts and blessings that we enjoy, for our celebrations and simchas. I'd like to invite anyone in the congregation who is celebrating or who has something that they are especially grateful for to share their joy and thanksgiving with our community. Oh my goodness, people are really ready for this. Yes.
My mom, Rita, is 99 today.
Happy birthday to Frida, who is 99 today. That is definitely a simcha. That's pretty amazing. Yes.
I'm grateful that my brother is visiting me. He's not present since he's not Jewish, but he is.
So you have family visiting you. Congratulations. That's lovely. Okay, who else has something to be grateful for? Yes.
Family visit as well. My niece's husband graduated from the Boise Fire Academy.
Ooh, graduation from the Fire Academy. Very nice. Congratulations. And family visiting. Did I see something in the back? Yes.
My son took me out to dinner for my birthday.
Ooh, happy birthday. And how lovely to have somebody take you out for dinner. That's great. Good job. Okay, who else has something that they're grateful for or they'd like to share?
Yeah.
Okay. I see what we're arranging. Got it. Okay. For all these things, Eternal One, we say, Modim Anachnu Lach. We give thanks to you, source of all. May we go from strength to strength, and may we always offer our abundant thanks for your many blessings along the way. And let us all say, Amen. We think of those who are ailing or in care at this time. We ask for names of congregants and friends who are in need of healing.
Gil Spicer, my daughter Elizabeth.
My daughter Judith.
Lisa Wilson and Richard Cordes.
Andrea Leeds.
Rhonda Leather.
My neighbor Polly. Lisa Hersey.
Lance Millington and Mark Travis.
Bruce Cody, Jim White. Sonny and Ivan Sedelikov, and Steve Barrenter and Marcia Barrett.
Art, Hugh, and Claire.
Dave, Arlene, Alan, and Marty Gibb.
I'm talking about Teresa's Sussman.
I'm sorry?
I'm Teresa Sussman.
Anyone else? To those names I add Sheila McLean, Simon Rosenblatt, Ginger Schulman, Harav, Ariel Yehudit, Bat Harav Umri. Page 371, you'll see the prayer that we sing together. And I invite those who are watching us virtually tonight to say the names of those that you're keeping in mind for healing out loud now.
Anymore.
So I suspect I'm not the only one who can hear what sounds like dripping water.
Yes, I guess.
Okay, so after services and after we do our Motzi and Kiddush, I hope somebody joins me in trying to figure out what's going on in this building. Because I wouldn't want to come in tomorrow morning to find out water was everywhere. It could just be the, it could just be the windows. I think we just need to take a quick peek. So, funny story, true story. I was in Israel for my first year of seminary of HUC-JIR, and we were renting an apartment, and as I'm falling asleep that night, I hear the sound of running water, and I thought, wow, that's so strange. I would think that a place that doesn't have much water wouldn't do like sprinklers in the night, but okay. And woke up in the morning to find out that we had a leak in our water tank and had lost like a huge, like 300 shekels worth of water. So that's why I pay attention when I hear water now. You just gotta pay attention. As a child, I was intrigued by those women's hats designed to perch on the head with a short veil attached, a fascinator. Clearly, this type of hat is more for fashion than modesty, and it is only very remotely related to more strict religious garb for women, such as wearing a headscarf or a burqa. The idea, or a hijab, the idea of wearing something that lets you see and not see, that lets you be seen and not seen is interesting. Many times when we read the Torah, we almost see what is happening, but not quite, as if it were veiled. In Parashat Chayei Sarah, this week's Torah portion, there are moments like this at the first meeting of Isaac and Rebekah. After Sarah's death, Abraham makes arrangements for a wife for his son. His servant goes to Haran, finds Rebekah, and after some negotiation, brings her back to Isaac. The scene where they first see each other is almost cinematic. And we read, "And Isaac went out walking in the field toward evening, and looking up, he saw camels approaching. Raising her eyes, Rebekah saw Isaac. She alighted from the camel and said to the servant, 'Who is that man walking in the field toward us?' And the servant said, 'That is my master.' So she took her veil and covered herself." As readers, we focus first on Isaac's perspective, seeing that line of camels approaching in the distance. The focus then shifts to Rebekah's point of view and what she sees, a man walking in the field. Nachum Sarna, in commenting on these verses, suggests that the Hebrew text, using identical phrases for the actions of Isaac and of Rebekah, conveys an impression of simultaneity. Their eyes met in instant recognition. Each knew instinctively who the other was. But as much as they say in that instant, we see questions when we look at the text. Where is Isaac coming from? The Torah says that he's coming from Be'er Lachai Ro'i, but not why. The first veil over the text is the one from all of the details that are left out. Be'er Lachai Ro'i was named following the encounter between Hagar and the angel of God after she fled Abram and Sarai while pregnant with Ishmael. We will later read that Isaac settles there. Sarna's explanation is that it is an oasis that attracts sheep breeders who are looking for pasturage and water. That Isaac is coming from a place that is connected with Hagar could also be interpreted as a visit to Hagar or Ishmael after the death of his mother, Sarah. Rashi, the medieval commentator, suggests that Isaac went there to bring Hagar back to Abraham for their nuptials. Because the reason for this visit is not recorded, we are left with guesses about what is behind the veil. What is Isaac doing? Language is the next veil over the text. The Hebrew word used to describe Isaac's actions is used only here, and it is uncertain what it means. He could be walking, he could be meditating, or he could even be chatting with friends. The rabbis at the time of the Talmud decided that Isaac was praying, and that his prayer was the basis of the afternoon prayer service. As Robert Alter notes in his translation, no one is really sure what the word means. So again, we are left guessing what is behind the veil. How does Rebecca get off the camel? This next veil is the veil of translation. The most common translations have Rebecca alighting or getting off the camel. One almost never finds a translation which has Rebecca falling off the camel. But that is the literal translation of the verb in the verse. Most people would say that Hebrew words have a range of meaning and that our matriarch Rebecca didn't fall off the camel. If Rebecca does fall from the camel's back, what does it mean? Plaut's commentary includes the suggestion that the use of this verb indicates that she hurries to get off the camel, and he continues, we can say that one way or another she fell for him. As we peer through the veil of translation, how Rebecca reaches the ground after her visit colors how we see the rest of the scene. If she gracefully alights, that paints one picture. If she falls for him, we see them as a couple differently. Why does Rebecca wear a veil? In our time, we know a variety of reasons for a woman to wear a veil. Many women in our society wear a veil when they marry. Some women wear head coverings for modesty. As we look through this last veil over the text, we don't know why Rebecca puts on a veil at this moment in the story. We can draw on Middle Assyrian law and say that she was required to put on a veil at that moment. We surmise that this is the correct etiquette of the situation. Or we can acknowledge, as Tamara Cohn-Eskenazi does in the Torah, a women's commentary, that not enough is known about the role of veils in ancient Israel. Some of the veils of our understanding of Torah come from our lack of knowledge about the lives of our ancestors. In a way, all of our interactions with Torah are veiled. There are times when we see things more clearly and times when we see things less clearly. There are times of recognition when we know the truth of the situation or the emotions of our ancestors with a sense of clarity because their reactions are so human and so familiar to us. There are times when everything seems obscure, opaque, and the phrase, meaning of Hebrew uncertain, used in the Jewish Publication Society translation of the Bible, is as clear as it is going to get. Nonetheless, we read and reread the Torah, bringing new experiences to our reading each time, deriving new meanings. Perhaps what we gain most from our learning is not a shifting sense of clarity about the meaning of the text, but deeper insight into ourselves. Perhaps the veil we lift on occasion by learning Torah is not the one between ourselves and the text, but the one that is inside ourselves, the veil that hides the truths that we don't know yet. I invite you to take up your prayer books again and to turn to page 586 as we begin to conclude our service. I invite all those who are comfortable in doing so to please rise. Aleinu l'shabeach adon hakol, v'tehidu l'yoser breshit, shelo asam kivoyei aratzot, ve'lo hosam k'mishpachot ha'adam, shelo asam chalkeinu kahem, ve'gor aleinu k'chol ha'amod. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך המלכים 591. V'nemar v'hayadonai l'melech al kol haaretz hayom hahu yishemo ushemo echad. Please be seated. At this time, we think of all those who have gone before us, those whom we remember and miss, those who we still mourn in the still silent places of our hearts. We are in the period of Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning for Max Garcia. We also recall Harriet Barrenter, Maria Stern, Edward Levitch, Judith Tellman, David Thompson, Judith Garter, Marion Holmes, Alan Salzberg, Linda Tell, Myrna Herman, Pam Heumann, Lee Edge, Harry Packer, Audrey Roberts Kling, Paul Frank, Karen Schneider, who died in the past months. Are there others whose names you wish to mention?
Nancy Dawes.
Linda Kelly.
Sonia Henderson.
My mother, I did not know you. Robert Ellsworth, my oldest son.
Harold Duncan.
For those who are joining us virtually, I would invite you to say the names of those that you are remembering as we begin to prepare to say Kaddish. I now invite the mourners and all whose custom it is to do so to rise for Kaddish, page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'almad yivra v'yutei v'yamlik malchutei, v'chayakon v'yomechon chayei dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'bizman kariv v'yimru, amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'mei omaya, yitvarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitkadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei kudsha v'richu. Le'elam min kol pirchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, v'amiram be'ama v'yimru, amen. Yehei shlomo rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru, amen. Oseh shalom v'brama, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru, amen. Please be seated. Are there any guests who are visiting Cabby for the first time who would like to stand up and introduce themselves? And if you don't want to, that's fine. You can introduce yourself during our Oneg Shabbat following. But are there any guests who are here for the first time that would like to do this? Okay. Are there any announcements tonight of congregational events? The announcement that I have, other than services, are tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. on Sunday morning, we're going to have the second session of Let's Talk for, not Let's, but Talk for a Change. It is a facilitated discussion in the wake of the election with an eye towards respectful discourse and curiosity where opinions differ. So that'll be on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Any other announcements? Yes?
I don't know if he wants to publicize or not, but I saw something on Facebook that Rabbi Dan said is going to be leading a forest bathing thing at 10 o'clock in the morning of Thanksgiving.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand.
Rabbi said is going to be leading a forest bathing thing.
Oh, forest bathing. I couldn't, I know all the words, I just couldn't put them together. So forest bathing.
Contact him somehow if you want to go.
Okay, so everybody talk to Debbie because she'll give you more information about that. Any other announcements that people would like to share? Okay, we're going to conclude our service today on page 625 with a Doan alum. Thank you again to Sandy Behringer, Petra and Steve Pollock, Shay, to Annabelle, to Betsy, to Josh. I think I got everybody, yes.
I don't wanna share my love with every foe you hear me from. Late nights of it has so cold as I never should know me from. As I never should know me from. May I pray keep love my gold. Never know you know no wrong. The who I am, the who open, the who he is, the fara, the who he is, the fara. The who has heart, the ancient need, the heart she knows, the heart we rock, the lead she, the lead heart lead, the low hollows, the harmony strong, the low hollows, the harmony strong. And who they lead, if I go, I'll lead, the sword can lead, creates Sarah, the who needs thee, who I know sleep, and not go sleep, they don't get wrong, and not go sleep, they don't get wrong. May I know I'm Ruki, the Haiti Sean, the Hari Ram, the Ruki, the Viati, I don't I lead, the low Iran, I don't I lead, the low Iran.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. So, just to be clear, I'm inviting you all to the Oneg Shabbat, and then anybody who's willing to come help me listen for water, come back with me after.
I felt bad.
But yeah, that's a much
Right there. You know, it's funny, I hear it there, but I thought you prefer people. You know, I like to get out sometimes, but I think if we get out and sit there, and if we this one goes there and this one goes there, we just take it.
They work. Who knows?
I change things around very happily. Yeah, I mean, I think that you did. Well, I did because I thought this would be more handy for you. But if you like it the other way, I choose it back. Yeah, it's just.
I did out of my wheelchair because my back started.
If you want to get out of your wheelchair, then we'll get out of it right here. And in your chair. And I can pick it up. That's what I.
He'll do what you tell him to do.
She says,
So
I
tell
get
him.
out. That's what she means.
The reason is my back started.
I can do this.
Yeah.
You want to have one. Okay, one thing. Because sometimes I don't feel like I have the strength to ride. No, that's
My back started hurting.
and my back starts hurting too. So that's kind of a.
Made my back.
I'm gonna find out what's wrong with Marty.
Yeah, it was very intermittent. Intermittent is always the worst. It's hard to figure out what's going on. Hello, Adele. How are you doing? Shabbat shalom. Hello, Shabbat shalom.
That's the plan. Okay. So we need to get Dan, leave this chair. Okay. That's for me. That's what I figured. Because sometimes she wants out. For you yourself.
Yeah, I can. They want.
Oh, God. No, I just want to make it, you know, if it makes Freddie's life a little easier. And find a seat.
I didn't see anything upstairs.
I was just thinking maybe some water was able to tap against the lid.
Yeah.
That's what I meant about.
Right, no, it's not, that sound wasn't.
It didn't sound like
Water.
Somebody just tapped.
It sounded like a small boy, it sounded like a small boy making a drum out of something. Oh God, Odell, I have never seen Odell check a watch more times than that. What is it? He said, one thing that is universal to religions is the second you're in the service and you're hungry, the hands go so slowly.
Where are you? I gotta go get a salad in the studio.
Oh, you're picking it up?
I'm gonna go to Zoka's. Anymore, I can't drive now.
I don't like sharp differences. I don't like dark and light. You know, if a bright light's on my left or right, it bothers me. If I'm driving at night and it's headlights, it's that difference. Yeah. But I can always get.
Anything?
Well, you better tell her.
No, she won't be told. She thinks there's no way that she wants that. So if I find a nice matter of that.
I've got some Yiddish. I have somebody put on
I know some manages well.
Yeah, I think I was watching this tonight and said it was gonna be huge.
And then I hope there is one, they're supposed to open, I think.
Well, Jesse texted me that there was.
I mean, I know some, yeah.
One of the nights, like last night, 6 inches.
Nice.
And then they made.
He makes
Yeah.
something.
Nick,
They have some kind
Jacob,
of
give me
gas.
Nick.
Nick!
Yeah, must include something.
Yeah,
I really like
it
Nick.
gets them in
I have,
a certain number of times to each of 6.
4 suggestions
That's a good
for song
It's a good deal if you go.
Yeah.
His time on bar.
Like,
Well,
I
they
just
were
keep
looking
asking.
for a song leader
Meaning,
for the holidays.
oh, you mean it's not, say hi to Stephen.
Oh, that's right. Have a happy Thanksgiving, guys. Yeah. You see it.
Hila does not want to do it next year. She will if we can't find somewhere, but she's just really said, she does, I think it's a mistake. I think the first year of the rabbi, we want something consistent on the Mima. Okay.
If you don't care.
No, I don't care. I mean, because, it's nothing, Elijah said, if we don't find a song leader to replace her by April, she will, but she really wants to step back.
Why in the world would we go find one?
Exactly, that's what my
Right,
thing
we
says.
can't
We
find
can't find anybody.
Nobody, should I turn off the light in there?
I think, well, usually Freddie shuts it off when she's.
Doesn't Eddie come and get the?
She's
water?
I think Eddie,
Looking for you.
oh, all right, then I'll come.
All right,
I hear you. I hear
okay, we're coming. It's stew time.
Everyone here.
Well, Odell said he put up some stew.
Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you so much. You have a very good week.
You do the same. Thank you.
The rabbi, did Rabbi tell you that she's heard something dripping?
Yes, that's what I wanna see here.
Somebody, I think Sandy thought that it was the little boy who was here.